I have Ray Feurstein with me. He's an author. He's written a number of books, but right now he's here and he brought his illustrator. How sweet of you to come. Cherie is here. And she's an illustrator of the book. And oh my gosh, if you look at the book, the illustrations are wonderful, very colorful and delightful. And I'm going to ask Ray, look, aren't those great? What is the book about and why did you write it?
It's about special needs children, some of the things that they go through during the day just to be themselves, and at the end process is be nice to them. You know, think of them as you would think your brother and your sister, you know, and just be nice.
Yeah,
you know?
and sometimes they have stimulation problems. In like I know the Bowtie Theater has some
Right.
movies where they cut down on the sound so that it helps
Right.
kids when they do that. Special needs. How do you define special needs, and how did you illustrate that?
Well, Cherie, honestly, she works with the special needs children. Maybe you should
okay.
answer that.
I used to work for a company that dealt with special needs adults, and you have to treat them a little bit different than you would somebody else, but not too much.
You don't want to be condescending.
Right, and you just play. Mm-hmm. You know, you just role play.
Yeah.
You know, if they're having a bad day, you do anything you can to try to cheer them up and have a good time and have fun. And I did Special Olympics with them. I went up to UNH, and I got to dorm with 3 men, and we had a blast, you know, and just watching them achieve their medals and just give it all they had to do those events was really rewarding.
It's they have such delight.
Yes.
Many of them.
Yes.
You know, and that comes about.
People seem to underestimate them as far as their intelligence level, what they're able to understand. I work with them on a music scale. I mean, I teach some
You're a
special
musician.
needs. Yes.
And you teach music
And I teach to special
you
needs
perform
children.
as well?
Yeah. Yeah, and they have their aptitudes and their attention to detail is even finer than another person normally that would be able to understand. I have fun with them. They're great.
Mm-hmm. So what caused you to write this book?
I have no idea.
You have no idea.
It just.
You don't have anyone with special needs in your family or anything?
Yes, we have
So,
quite a
I
few
mean,
people.
it kind of gave you a little bit of a
Stepping
insight.
back, yeah. Stepping back and looking at some of my friends and some of the things that they go through, and then talking with the children as well. I found this just popped into my head one day.
Really?
And I
mean,
wrote it down.
It's a beautiful book.
Thank you.
Who are you directing this book at?
Mainly,
these are-
it's at the people who don't understand special needs children. You know, it's a nice book to read with other children to get them to understand and think in a different direction.
Because there might be kids. I mean, mainstreaming. There might be kids in their classroom.
Mm-hmm.
I just realized there's a coloring book
Yes.
in here. Is that cool? Really, you can become an illustrator in process by
In
coloring.
process.
In process, right? To me, this is a beautiful book. It really is.
Thank you.
It really, and the illustrations certainly make it. And if you look closer, they're no different than you or I, and that's true. There might be a cognitive issue, or an emotional issue, how they perceive things, making loud noises. I know that seems to be a big thing with autism, especially.
Right. Yes.
And how well has this book been received?
Well, I'm surprised. I was telling Cherie. In fact, this is the first day I ever met her.
Oh, really?
We've worked a year
You do
together.
everything via email. Isn't that wonderful?
And telephone, yeah. And so this is the first day I've ever met her. And honestly, to write a book like this and to have it just started to sell 3 days after it was put out and released. I was amazed
Well,
at
this
it.
seems to be a book that should be in every school library and every library. You know,
the Central Library is going to put it in there. I just met with them, and they want one. And
yeah, no, this is just it's just so important. Oh, with the help and support of my family and friends, that I've been continuing my dream of 45 years. So you've been wanting to write. I understand that you also wrote a mystery. Is that correct?
a murder mystery, yeah.
Yeah. Now I noticed what is Mr. Colossal?
Oh, that's my son. He actually colored put the coloring to the thing. He's an artist, and he has his own comic book that he's put out.
Ah, that was
And,
what that was. I
he-
couldn't get the connection there.
Yeah, he put out, it's a thing called Rutabaga, and it's a children's cookbook. And it's going very well for him, so
How cool.
I had to put that in there.
Yeah, no, I know, that's great. I'm really so happy to see this.
But honestly, without Cherie, I mean, I posted to find an illustrator that would work with me, and she's just an amazing artist. You know, I can't say enough about her. This book wouldn't be out if it wasn't for her illustrations.
They're wonderful. They
Thank
really
you.
are. They're. How long have you been drawing or illustrating?
Forever. Just
Forever. No, your
Yeah.
illustrations are just gorgeous, and they're very colorful too. Well, kids love color anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I love the fact that there's a coloring book at the end, and let me just show you. See, I mean, which you can actually go in there and color a photo or a picture. That was really a delightful addition to the
Yeah.
book as well. So this is a book you want to buy and take home to your kids.
Well, hopefully.
Yeah, yeah. And where is it for sale?
It's at Amazon right now.
Okay.
In Balboa Press. There's about 10 different distribution houses that are carrying it right now.
Okay, and is it going to be at Open Door Bookstore, do you know?
I haven't gone there yet, but
Okay.
I'm going to go talk to them about
Yeah,
that.
because that's our local bookseller,
Yeah.
and they certainly are very supportive of many of the local authors that we have.
It's actually going to be up in your bookstore here in Proctor's.
Oh, good, good.
Yeah.
That's great. And they're good people up there.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, good. Lion King's coming, so, you know, this
Oh,
is
yeah.
going to be a lot
Yeah.
of kids here. Maybe
Oh, that's nice.
parents will decide to buy this instead of something from the Lion King, right?
I doubt that, but
That ain't going to happen, is
no,
it?
no, we don't have the fame.
We should also mention that you're in law enforcement, too.
Yes.
You do a little of everything, don't you?
Try.
Yeah, good,
Yeah.
good, good. And you brought your sister here.
Oh, yes.
Yes, got
Yes,
good support here.
That's-
How long? And you've been illustrating forever, you say. And how did you find her? You said you put a call out. Where do you call out for an illustrator? I wouldn't even know where to start.
Almost, well,
Craigslist?
yes.
Oh, it was Craigslist.
Craigslist. I was desperate, and I put it out there. I have to say for 6-8 months it was out there. And I had about 8 or 10 people that wanted to do something, and really they weren't
They weren't
they were
really.
on a mark.
Yeah.
And right off the bat, when I talked to Cherie, she told me what her ideas were.
But she had a background in special
Yes.
needs, so that was really good.
And that's really, it married up very
yeah,
well.
very good.
Yeah.
So I'm
And-
waiting for the next book to come out.
I wanted to say this here, this front cover,
I
I
like
love
that.
this. This is incredible.
And that was
every-
your idea?
Yeah.
Sherry? Oh, it was his idea.
Well, yeah, but you brought it to life.
Yeah.
Well, he was on the phone with me and he was describing it. I'm like, okay, hold on. And I'm just sitting there going like this, and I rattled it right off. And these are my son's hands.
Oh.
And I brought the handprints that were like this.
Oh.
And I brought them down to have them Xeroxed, well, should I say Xerox, copied,
Yeah.
dating myself.
Yeah.
And they reduced them, and I cut them all out and put them on the tree.
Individually pasted on it. It's amazing. They're individual pasted on tiny little hands. I was like, oh my God. And she shipped the original
You're
to me.
so clever.
I know, wasn't it great? Wasn't it neat?
So this is real. You were so lucky to,
Oh my God,
to
yes.
find her.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
So if you want to get the book, it's available on Amazon, but hopefully at this Proctor's gift store
Yep.
over here in the arcade, you can do that. So you can pick up that book and just enjoy it with your family and your kids. And it's important to raise the level of cognition of what's going on in the world.
Absolutely.
Because more and more there's kids that are being identified, and we need to incorporate that into our
That's right.
lives.
We have 3 more we're going to put out.
Good, good. And what are they?
The next one is, are there monsters under my bed?
Okay.
And it has to do with
Well, there are, aren't
bullying.
there?
Yeah. Yeah. Has to do with bullying.
Oh, okay, good. That's
So
great.
it's a good
Yeah.
one.
And that's a big thing, very
Yeah.
big. So you need to
Yeah.
get that book out.